Gemini, hello and welcome to your February 1st to the 15th of 2021 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for this time period. I'm just using a little bit of sage here to clear the energy of our cards. It's always a nice place to do. Just give me a moment here. All right, awesome. Clearing the energy is always a good start. So, welcome Gemini. This is your 5-card tarot card overall energy reading. It's a general reading for the larger collective of Geminis, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all Geminis, so it's completely understandable, and it's okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. At the same time, I've already shuffled the cards and requested their universal guidance, and the cards that were selected during the shuffle were ejected here. If you'd like to know more specifics about these 5 cards or the 5-card tarot card reading, please see the description listed below. It will give you more information about this reading. Keep in mind that I would greatly appreciate your assistance with the YouTube algorithms, and YouTube relies on the following algorithms in order to promote channels to a wider audience, and I'm still a new channel since June of 2020 and would definitely appreciate your support. And they do it by clicking subscribe to the channel, click on like the video, click on notification buttons, and of course if any part of the reading resonates with you, to please have a comment below. That would be awesome. But you won't be bombarded with lots of junk mail or anything else, but those simple things will help promote my channel, and I would appreciate your support. If you've already done those things, awesome, thank you so much. So let's get started here. Our first card here in our reading is the Ace of Swords, and this is in our past influences. So keep in mind that past influences, this has to do with your overall energy that's significant within the last 30, 60, sometimes up to 6 months. And in some cases, the overall energy may have resolved. In other cases, it still could be lingering. So the Ace of Swords is the overall energy that I'm picking up for the collective of Geminis in their past influences. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Ace of Swords is in our past influences for our Geminis, please. Oh. Geminis, what I'm picking up here is many Geminis were experiencing a new wave of energy, and particularly that had to do with a lot of their intellectual realms. And that was really a significance because it brought a lot of new way of thinking, and it was allowing Geminis to sort of see the world through clearer eyes in the last 6 months at least. Some Geminis experienced a sudden realization and a better conscious understanding about an issue that had been troubling them, and in many cases they were able to see a path to correct that. Geminis were encouraged to meditate regularly to help clear away mental chatter and make the most of this intellectual potential that they were experiencing in their past influences. The card here signifies for Geminis that you were sent a lot of encouragement in these past 30, 60, 6 months. And because your mind was in sort of an expansive mode, it was a good sign, because many Geminis were embracing sort of new ideas as they were craving stimulation and were wanting to jump to the new opportunities to learn something new. So it was about thriving on new ideas, new inspiration, original thinking, having a vision. And there was an excitement about what the new opportunities would bring about for Geminis. The Ace of Swords, because it's appearing in your past influences, Geminis, it's showing me that you had an opportunity, and it was an excellent time that you experienced, and it just required some intellect, some communication skills, and some mental power, and you felt inspired. Gemini, this with the aces, you were encouraged to be motivated and take action on your new ideas. As an ace, this is about experiencing an opportunity to experience a new journey. And I think many Geminis were able to sense this sort of energy building, and were excited about getting started on whatever it was. It was important to maintain a success mindset, and that was help many Geminis to navigate these hurdles, or any hurdles that they may have encountered. Um, Keep in mind that the all swords cards, they represent power, and it was important for Geminis to understand that, the power comes responsibility, and it was up to Geminis individually to sort of leverage the opportunity, and make sure that whatever this power that they were exerting was for the greater good than for any sort of selfish or aggressive powers. If that was used in the wrong way, it probably wasn't going to be met with a lot of good deeds. The Ace of Swords here also was encouraging, Geminis to pursue a truth of a matter, or to find justice on something that was of a concern to them. In some cases, Geminis, felt the need to champion a cause and stand up for the rights of others. And you were prepared to fight and feel fired up about a cause or an issue that you became passionate about, perhaps even a human rights issue that may have occurred for Geminis. It was an opportunity to have clarity on a situation, and it helped, sort of argue a point of view, and with truth and a conviction. And for those that were involved in that, you were successful with that. So this was, again, a new energy to set things and put things in motion for Geminis. In our current energy, we have the Magician. Now, keep in mind, this is a major arcana card, so this is usually a very, very, very good card to have. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Magician is in the present energy for our Geminis during this present period, please. Well, very similar to your past influences here, Geminis that came up with or had this energy for a new idea. The Magician here in your present energy is going to be bringing you the tools. It's the resources, again, more energy to help you make your dreams come true. Geminis, this is serious. This is going to put everything at your fingertips. It represents the spiritual, the fire, the physical earth, the mental air, the emotional water, all those resources to help you manifest whatever desire and goal that you have. Particularly if you combine them into an energy of the spiritual, whatever spiritual means to you, and the earthly realms. You, Geminis, are going to become this manifestation powerhouse. The key for you right now is to bring all those tools together in a synergistic way, because that's going to really help you make a big impact on what you want to create. And it really, in all honesty, is alchemy at its best. So, Geminis, this is a perfect time for you to move forward on an idea that you recently conceived, and it may be this idea that you've been having here in your past influences. This is about a seed, and it's about, it's a seed has sprouted, that idea has sprouted, and now in your current energy, Geminis, you're being called to take action and bring it forward. The skills, the knowledge, the capabilities that you've gathered, along this journey is leading to where you are right now, whether or not you know it. And so the universe is encouraging you to be ready to turn your ideas into a reality. If your quest was to manifest your goals, then it's very important, Geminis, that you establish a clear vision of what it is that you want to create, and then more importantly, why you want to create it. That's the key here. Before you act, it's not enough to just be motivated by ego, which is usually about money and status and fame. The universe is encouraging you to have a soul connection to your goals and your intentions. It's a very powerful, and it's very creative, and this energy is your opportunity to bring your higher self in alignment, particularly with your day-to-day actions, and create the future that you want and desire. For some Geminis, if right now, if you're not clear about what and why you want to do something, then the Magician here is calling upon you right now in your current energy to take an inspired action. It's encouraging you to be focused, and to have a focused attention, and concentrate on something specific that is your goal, and how about and the process about how you can bring it forward. It's important, the universe is guiding, is to focus on one thing, and that will move you towards your goal. And commitment to the task is essential. So it's important to stay away from any distractions that may draw your focus away, because it'll make it a little bit more difficult and more challenging. As long as you're methodical in your planning, Geminis, this is going to help you stay on track and really carry out the tasks that you want. This is a very, very positive card for you, Geminis, right now in your present energy. In our in our future energies, right now we have the Three of Cups. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Three of Cups is in our Gemini's future energies right now, please. Well, Gemini's, the Three of Cups is a card of celebration, and that's the energy that this represents to you. This is about, celebrating your friendship, your creative collaborations with friends and family, and they're there, and to understand that they're there to support you, and even in some cases lift you to a higher success. This is a card about encouraging you to celebrate with them, enjoying a sense of camaraderie. This is about having and establishing wonderful connections, and standing by one another through thick and thin. It's helping you through relationships. It's helping through careers, through different life journeys. This is about showing support and compassion for those that are near and dear. Gemini's, with the Three of Cups here, you're going to be encouraged to gather with your closest friends and have a good time together, whether this be talking, laughing, sharing, or creating. The idea, this energy here, is this collective energy is together you're going to give and receive love and support and compassion that you and all of those in your circle are wanting and can be inspired by. So this is about the energy is going to be high, and you're here, and you want to be able to do amazing things together, even if it's electronically or FaceTime or something else. You're going to find a creative way to do this. The Three of Cups, Gemini's, indicates it's a very sociable period for you in your futures. This could be perhaps a birthday, a wedding, a Valentine's Day with friends. Use it as an opportunity to, as they say, let your hair down and forget about your day-to-day commitments and obligations for a while. This really is about quality time with friends and family, and it's encouraging you, Gemini's, to please, enjoy the moment, take time to smell the roses. It's also a very creative card, and the energy suggests that for many Geminis, it's your opportunity to pursue a creative outlet, and that could be within a group environment, whether it's through art or through dance. But this is a great way to connect, and so this is a card about connecting with others and collaborating with others and using and channeling creative abilities. So very good. In our challenges energies, we have the Four of Pentacles. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for our collective of Geminis why the Four of Pentacles is in their challenges right now. They're challenging energies. Well, with the upright Four of Pentacles in your challenges, typically the Four of Pentacles is in the positive state. Suggests that Geminis, you've created wealth and abundance, whatever that is for you, and you've been steady and with your goals and in some sense acting conservatively. I'm picking up that you're attentive to your long-term financial security, and you've been saving money and watching your expenses, and so that you can accumulate a wealth and live a comfortable lifestyle. If you haven't, there's a suggestion that you consider a savings plan or family budget, a retirement plan, and review safe investments so you can protect what you've accumulated. The Four of Pentacles here, Geminis, typically accompanies a scarcity mindset. So especially with money and material possessions. So instead of spending your cash and enjoying a comfortable lifestyle, you're choosing to sort of stockpile your finances for fear you might lose it. And this could be related to the fears of COVID and people losing their jobs and or being laid off, which makes sense. But you've been more conservative as far as your travel and your social occasions. Your gifts are basically how you spend your money. But keep in mind, there's common sense conservatism, and then there's overkill. And if you are, if you're on the overkill where you're too stringent and you're too afraid, the universe here is encouraging you to understand that money works best when it can flow in exchange, not when it's just being stashed away. So deep down, for Geminis, realize that you have that common sense is needed here, and that foregoing happiness and fulfillment in your life because you do not want to spend any part of your money and you're wanting to be overly too safe, It's not a way to live. So this, if this resonates with you, Geminis, it's basically to find a healthy balance between spending and saving, so that you can enjoy it and use it wisely. Uh, the Four of Pentacles also suggests, for Geminis, that if you're placing too much value on your money and material possessions, then you might be attached to your material things, and you're allowing those possessions to become a part of your life. So again, with this, everything is within balance. It's important that you assess. Your challenge is to assess your self-worth based on how much you can earn. And if you're basing it on the car that you drive, or how expensive your home is, and or where you take your holidays, understand that there's a catch-22, because as your standard of living increases, so will your need to work harder to generate that income and to live that high lifestyle. So again, and the more you work, the less time you have for others and your family and yourself. So this card is just an encouragement and encouraging you to be mindful about how you're spending your money, that not to be too frugal and not to be too spendthrift. But the broader lesson here with the Four of Pentacles, Geminis, is to honor and respect money and wealth, but don't become so attached that you lose sight of what's most important to you. Remember, friends, family, and happiness and love, those are things that typically money can't buy, and you want to make sure that you don't waste or not pay attention to those. For some Geminis, if you're struggling with your finances, then the Four of Pentacles is here as a reminder, and is giving you the challenge to make wise advice and choose wisely how you spend and where you are putting your resources. It's an opportunity to do a balance and check system. So again, make sure you don't spend too much more than you earn. Have a budget, have a savings plan in place, so that you can reach that stable goal. Again, the overall energy with the Four of Pentacles here in your challenges is besides money and wealth, is Geminis, if you're seeking more control in your life, you might be micromanaging, or not letting others mess around with your area. So in a relationship, you might be too protective or even possessive. So this is one of those extremes. If you're if you're too much of one thing and too much of the opposite, this is again encouraging you to find balance. So that's the key here. Your challenge is to find balance in everything that you're doing. And finally, in our outcomes, we have the Prince of Wands, or the Page of Wands as it's known in other cards. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Page or Princess of Wands is in Gemini's in their outcomes, please. Well, this is suggesting for many Geminis that you're inclined to give anything and everything a go. This is about encouraging you to embrace opportunities if you want to start out on that new journey or project, which ties into your cards right here. It's saying that you don't have to necessarily have a solid plan, but you're excited about possibilities. So this is about, again, as we started out here, about having creative ideas and enjoying things and manifesting what it is that you want to have in the end. The Page of Wands or Princess of Wands here in your outcomes indicates that you're experiencing, some may be experiencing a creative restlessness, and if you are, it's about you still have to find that creative spark, and perhaps you need to grind it down to some sort of reality. And again, implement it into a physical realm. It's important that if you haven't, to make these outcomes, is to you might need to map out a strategy, and you may need to test your ideas to create a few experiments. And it's also helpful to run your thoughts through others, so that you can be most aligned with your broader goals. The Page of Wands here in your outcomes is significant for a spiritual path and journey that may be calling you. So if you have a curious mind and you're intrigued about where it wants to go, you're encouraged to do it. You don't have to have all the information right now, but it's encouraging you to reach out and to discover new levels of consciousness. So again, you might benefit from a wise mentor or someone who has walked in your path. But again, it's an opportunity to embrace new experiences, and that will help you with your outcomes that you want to achieve. So with that, Geminis, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you will like the video. I hope that you will please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if any part of this resonated with you, please leave a comment below. I would appreciate it. If it doesn't resonate with you, or parts of it doesn't resonate, it's totally understandable. It is a general overall reading. So with that, Geminis, I thank you again and appreciate your watching the video, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day, and we will see you at the end of the next 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of February. Take care.